Greetings, folks. Thursday, the 21st of September. Let me turn the radio off. 5 minutes before 8 in the morning. One more day of my free t-shirt before I change. Cheers. I see that some folks are letting me know in the comments that they have been gone for a while, but they have returned. Welcome back. And wherever you had gone, I hope it was good. I recently reconnected with the Vinyl Fury. As I've said, I don't watch many videos of VC people every now and then. Honestly, the way that Michael Dawson presents himself, I enjoy listening to him talk. So I watch whenever he has a new one. Okay, don't take it personal if I'm not watching you. I just but I just saw that. I saw a thumbnail and said, "Oh, I remember him," and it's cool that he and other people like me are still making videos. Keep doing your thing, people. Do your thing. And as you have noticed, newcomers, I don't ask for you to subscribe. That's up to you. I'm not running a popularity numbers contest. I'm not counting likes. I'm aware of them. That's a strange it's not new anymore, but this new frontier that we live in, based on likes and clicks and how many times did your site get hit? Shit is nuts. So I grabbed a stack out of my B section out in the other room. I didn't look at it. I just said, let me get in the Beefheart area and see what's in there. So I'll show that for today. Thank you for the please on listing what I show. So I will today. Thank you for you other folks saying that, well, I mean, it's pretty simple to pause the video and take a look. I mean, you can, unless you can't read. And the thing that I will keep in mind is the fact that this is an internationally watched channel. And there may be some folks who aren't good with English. Maybe they don't understand me well. So I'll give them that, okay? So I'll also give credit to Brett Harold Hart. He was the one who originally asked me, and kindly, and made sense. It would be helpful if you would list what you're showing for people. And I, he said, well, he's right. It's a bit of extra work, but I'll do it. This is good. So I picked some bees. I picked a stack of bees. What do we got? Oh, I'll turn them around and go in order from lower to higher in the alphabet. So where I grabbed was in the Jeff Beck section. Rough and Ready. When this album came out, again, this was please excuse my slang, but some of y'all know what I mean. This was an instant ghetto pass album. It's back in the days. Well, I mean, I won't go into that, but it was like my older brother and his funk mob fans. We already liked Jeff Beck, but when this came out with all this funk on here, and all this blackness, it was like, hell yes. It was also, everyone remarked at how Cozy Powell and Jeff Beck look. They look related almost. Well, just it's the way their faces are. It was like a match made in heaven. This is a great album. Situation. Got the Feeling. Awesome. One of those albums that, was this the 80s? Before I make my comment. Yep, it's 85. Flash. I remember when they had that video for Ambitious for this. The lead singer from the band Wet Willie is the guest singer on it. Good song, a good play for a commercial airplay. I always loved the fact that Jeff Beck really didn't care. It was like, management and other people around him said, well, you want to keep going, this is what you got to do. And he just said, I just want to play guitar. And till his dying day, that's what he did, like nobody else. It's a good album, though. Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group. Got to see this. Got to see them live. I think the band Up that Jeff Beck had produced opened the show, I think. I know I saw them. This was awesome. Because Jan Hammer Group did a set. And then when Jeff joined them, it was really very dramatic. He comes out playing that opening riff to, I'm bad with titles. Killer. Are these out of order? No, that's the end of the... Yeah, I gotta work on these. This isn't right. This isn't right. Okay, but again, this happens. So the next thing in the stack here, which Bebop should go before Beck. Okay. And Beaver and Krause. So these got out of order somehow. Beaver and Krause. Synthesizer dudes. Paul Beaver and Bernard L. Krause. I haven't listened to this in a real long time. But it was one that I wanted in my collection. All Good Men. I can't remember what this sounds like. Beaver and Krause. All Good Men. Next is Bebop Deluxe. Sunburst Finish. This was when I came on board. Well, I had heard of the band before this, but this is the one that got me. My friend Buck, of Buck Naked and the Bare Bottom Boys, he bought this when it came out and turned me on to it. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll be getting that. Futurama, earlier album by Bebop Deluxe. Bill Nelson, good guitarist. I attempted to get him as a to interview on the channel, but his health isn't, and his eyesight is going, and he didn't want to be bothered. For years we had a local store named after this album, Drastic Plastic. Another good. It has elements where it could be really popular and commercial, and for some reason it didn't break through. Modern music. I have my Bebop Deluxe in order. Yes, I do. Axe Victim. Is that the first one? Best of and the rest of Bebop Deluxe. Pardon me, folks. I'm up so early that you'll hear the garbage collection. Live in the Air Age. Never got to see them, but I would have liked to have seen the band. What's next? Yeah, I've got some... Oh, well, these things happen. So years ago, I ended up with this copy of David Bedford. Without the cover. David Bedford's Nurse's Song with Elephants. He's worked with Mike Oldfield. That's how you might know his name. So anyway, years ago, one of my early collage efforts, I don't know how old this is, I really like this one, Stars End by David Bedford. Yes, Chris Cutler on percussion. Mike Oldfield plays bass on this. This is good. This one has a storyline to it, which to me, gets in the way a little bit of the music because the music is really good. David Bedford with Ursula Le Guin, Rigel 9. A science fiction setup. The music's very good. The storyline is, like, for me, forgettable. So there was Nurses, Songs with Elephants, and here's Instructions for Angels by David Bedford. This is good stuff, people. And I'll be damned, I forgot this, that I eventually got a copy with the correct cover. Just, again, I've said it many times, being a lifelong collector and being at my age, there was a time when I knew what was in my collection. Now I just have a rough estimation. So sometimes when I do this, I find surprises. So here we're up to the last part of the stack that I grabbed, which is getting into my Captain Beefheart, and this isn't all of it. Captain Beefheart and his magic man, Mirror Man. So I want to explain that when I first heard Captain Beefheart back in the day, it was Trout Mask Replica that got me. This is, wow, this is cool. His approximation of Howlin' Wolf and the Blues really didn't touch me. Hey, Wolfman Jack started saying, how you do your voice like that, and he can rasp it even more. If I worked it, I could probably, in a while, come up with a Captain Beefheart type of growl. You know how you mess with your vocal cords. But this was a reissue years back when they were doing different colored vinyl of the Beefhearts. And I said, oh, I'll get some of these. The Beefheart that I play more often than any others is Trout Mask Replica. And so I'm glad I'm up right at the crack of daybreak here, as the sun is really rising up. Get comfy. I have to look at this to see if this is black vinyl or not. Safe as milk. Let's take a look, folks. Might be a good day to, is this white vinyl? Yeah. Might be a good day to jump into some Captain Beefheart. Absolutely. Then when this album came out, it was like I had a resurgence in interest in him when this album came out. Shiny Beast. This is black vinyl. Well, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is. Shiny Beast Bat Chain Puller. Yeah. And someone sent me a CD burn of one of his later records where he tried to go real commercial. It's just, to me, it's just terrible. So, just terrible. This is a gift. Lick My Decals Off Baby. A longtime friend Frank, who I've gone to dozens of shows with, at one point decided to give this to me because he just wasn't listening to it. And it's on the Straight label. Frank Zappa's label. So I dig that. It's got... Is there an insert? No, it's just the... that's the original straight insert. Or inner sleeve, brother, I should say. The Spotlight Kid. This one's pretty good. Again, like when I bought this one, it was way after the fact. And it's like, oh, I like this. That's cool. These pressings aren't bad either. They play good. Yeah. I don't have all the Captain Beefhearts. I have most. Clear Spot? No, this is not a clear one. It's a black vinyl one. When it first came out with the clear cover, it's not black vinyl. It's red. Caught my attention when it first came out, the packaging on the Clear Spot album. I don't have an original. Mr. Dawson, I know you did Captain Beefheart. I bet you have an original clear spot, don't you? Thursdays are usually the days that I hear from Hank Red. I don't know if I'll hear from him because he won't schedule ahead of time. So I may have a session with him today or not. But the other thing that I'm going to do is play some Captain Beefheart now that I've pulled these. And here the last of the bunch that I pulled. I have more Captain Beefheart though. Trout Mask Replica. The story of putting the band through changes and being really almost like a dictator and forcing people to stay in the house and barely eat to get this record done. I believe it, you know. And it's one of those things that will happen, Red Vinyl, when you're working with people who are like crack geniuses or they just have a way of doing things. So there's that. Now today, since I pulled a bunch of the same artists, I'll go ahead and list them, all right? Okay. So to finish up today, because I don't want to go into, I will let you newer viewers know that when I feel like it, I will talk about current events and even politics, which triggers some of you viewers, and that's your problem. I can speak my mind. Okay? A thought that I woke up with is the biggest obstacle to human progress is politics. It's just my opinion. Sure seems to be true from where I'm sitting. Okay, so I want to talk about my CD again, okay? As I explained a few videos ago, this is a new release for me, so I'm excited because of our short attention spans. Just as quick you find out about it, there's more information, and you then forgot about it and moved on to something else. So, my new CD, Interlude. I love it. I'm real proud of it. I got Blake his copy to him yesterday. He finally stopped by. He's doing better. You know, the depression behind the breakup has just been whipping his ass. Thankfully, he got a therapist, and it sounds like he got a good one. One that actually makes him work on his shit. So he got his copy yesterday. But besides that, I decided to go down to Homer's and make sure to get a copy at least to Mark Manor, who's one of the main people down at Homer's, the longest running record store, still open in Omaha, open for 50 years. I used to work there on 2 different occasions. I knew he would want my CD. He likes my music. So, and I keep a bunch in the car. Old school, like you sell shit out of your trunk. You know, I got a box of shit in my trunk. I sure do. No vinyl. But CDs, a box of CDs in the trunk, sure enough. Well, actually, this is the box. It's not currently in the trunk because I haven't been doing that much. Gigging. I would have that from my gig box. But I have some in the car. So when I stop by Homer's and check with Mark, said, you need a copy? You want a copy of my new one? He said, well, of course, you know. And then he said, well, you know, I want to get some for the store. People have been asking about it. I said, oh, that's nice. I said, what do you want? You want a couple? He said, no, I want 5. And what's nice is I don't have to do consignment with them. They buy them outright. Grapefruit consigned a couple copies. The RAF album, Grapefruit bought those copies. But my CDs, since they don't do a lot of volume on CDs, they just said, well, consign 2 copies. But Homer's bought 5 right away, and he's said people are asking about it. That's very nice. I love it. More orders, another couple names I've never seen before. Keep it coming, people. Get this. You don't have to wait till Bandcamp Friday. But here's what's up for Bandcamp Friday. I don't even have a copy to show you in the room right now, do I? Yeah, I do. So, I've got my RAF filed away in the R's. That's important to me and very fulfilling to fill in all the records I play in my collection. So what we're going to do for Record Store Day is reduce the price on the album. It's going for $25. The Maroon limited edition was $30. They're all gone. And Blake picked up his copy yesterday because that was the last one I was holding. I paid for it yesterday happily. So for Bandcamp Friday, I'll reduce the price starting then, and then it'll be down. Instead of $25, it'll be $20 for the black vinyl because the maroons are all gone. The maroon are all gone. And there's the insert. And this is a monster album, it is. As I said at Swans, it was almost like I was playing a show, how many people came up to me and just all the accolades. I appreciate it very much. I do. So get it. I did pick up a couple of records out of the used yesterday. One is going to be traded right away. I felt like buying, and so I was looking, what is there to buy? So I went ahead and took a chance on this. I have an Earthless album. I think their big one. But this one I decided to give it a chance. Earthless meets Heavy Blanket because it's them with Jay Macis of Dinosaur Jr. I thought, well, this might be good. No, it's just jamming. And it's the type of jamming that I know how to do. And it's the one side, I only played one side. It's like, I'm trading this. Funky Yellow. The one side I heard took them forever to get any juices flowing. It's like, and I don't listen to stuff like this much, I can play this stuff because of my jazz background, because of my parents and all the musicians in my family. I learned about improvisation and about following energy in music. So I know how to help take things higher and bend back down. That was the power of the Swans, is that Michael Gyra directs the band and they follow him very closely. Swans is his band and he directs the band with his hands, literally nods. He'll talk to the band and they work. They give him 100% and they raise that energy. So I know about that. And so just, sleepy jamming or just jamming until something sort of takes light. I don't really have time for that anymore. There was a time when I did. These two I was happy to add. Although I don't listen much to Burial because it's kind of a downer. But I went ahead and grabbed this. Burial plus Antidawn. Burial and Antidawn. He uses samples, but there's kind of I pick up a sordid sort of vibe with most of this. The name of the project, Burial, kind of gives you an indication, it's not particularly up. It's interesting though, but it's murky, kind of dark. The thing that I was happy is, okay, there's a used record for me. I have a lot of Eloy, but I'd never owned this, their second album. Inside, I finally have it. Now, frankly, Eloy is a band that is part of my collection. Don't listen to them a whole lot. But when I see the records, like their very first album, I don't have it. Would I still buy it? Especially an original? Sure would, for the collection. And this, I'm very happy, is an original gatefold German on one of my favorite labels, Harvest, with the original, I I think that's, well, it's a German inner sleeve. Love the label Harvest. Bought this yesterday. I haven't even played it. Usually I try to play things just to play them. I have it now, and so I'll play it. So let me get to that. This, folks, Evan Lurie, was a big disappointment. And I must admit that I'm probably going to trade it, even though it's on Crepuscule. It's like I listened, I said, this isn't doing anything. And the idea that he's working in on here is not doing anything for me. So this is going to be going. It's going to be traded. Okay, folks, that's what I got for you today. Hope everyone is okay. Grab interlude. Okay, take care.